What's going on, you YouTubers? It's the greatest noob, Tbert325 for the Team Boot Scoop channel, and this is my report for the tournament we just went to. It was the Tuscaloosa Regionals in Alabama on October 29th, 2011. Now, our journey starts off with me going from Lake Charles, Louisiana to New Orleans to pick up I Lazy Cakes, Destiny Panda 504, and Holy Cheetos. Now, that being said, we get I pick them up. It takes a long time for them to get there. Blah. We get up to Tuscaloosa. We sleep inside of my car because we had a situation where people backed out, and then I got them to get back inside, basically. All right. So we're outside of the actual event doors, and we sleep in my car. They get scared, and we leave, go to a store, get some food, come back, park back in front of the door again, and then go to sleep for about an hour. At that point in time, it's 5 o'clock, 7 o'clock, I'm sorry, 5:30, 6 o'clock, something like that. Get an hour sleep, and then we wake up again, and then people started showing up somewhere around 8. So then we started getting dressed. If you couldn't tell, this is something that I've come up with. I have ordered some shirts and got some the team name and my name onto this, and basically almost everybody who actually ordered one was wearing them. Now, we had a little fiasco with that because the tournament organizer, who was not a very friendly man, came straight at me for some reason and said that I had to take my shirt off, and no, I'm not going to take off my shirt because my shirt is not offensive in any way, shape, manner, or form. So then he's like, yes, you have to. I'm sorry, but I'm not going to. I said, there is no policy, procedure, documents that you can find that says that I have to take this shirt off. He says, yes, I can, because you are impersonating a judge. No, I'm not. This here says my team name. This says my name. I'm not impersonating a judge. In order for you to impersonate a judge, you have to have the exact same uniform as a judge, or if you're trying to impersonate somebody, you have to have the exact same uniform. It has to be uniform. One thing cannot be out of place. This is out of place. So then he is saying, y'all still gonna have to take them off. Like, I'm sorry, well, we're not gonna take these off. And I said, we came all the way from Louisiana, 8 hours away, and we're not taking these shirts off. So he says, I'm gonna talk to my head judge about it. I said, that's fine with me. So then his head judge gets there, and he comes to us with one of the other floor judges, who seemed a lot more nerdy than me, is how I'm going to put it. Anyway, the head judge sides with us. He says, all right, what's the problem? I said, we have these shirts. I said, these are Holloway shirts. This comes from a specific company called Holloway. We get these shirts and said we have our team name on it. He said, does it say Konami Judge? I said, no, this is what it says. It says Team Boot Scoop. It says the greatest noob. There you go. He says, well, that's fine. And so that T.O., his face starts twitching, like you can see his face just twitching, like making all kind of little weird movements. So then he had to swallow that defeat, basically. Continuing on, I'd already had my deck list done, but it's an old style deck list. But you know, if you know your procedures and your policies, that you have to have your name, your number, your last initial, your deck count, and all your deck contents on that page. Doesn't matter if it's a blank sheet of paper. That is your deck list. That is what you turn in. Now, this man came at me again because that deck list had an upper deck symbol at the bottom right, because it's an old style deck list, because I had a whole bunch of them printed and I just pre-written it before we went out there. So then he comes at me, says I have a match loss. What? We're talking about match loss. Your deck list isn't official. Yes, it is. He says, no, it's not. Yes, it is. I said, and besides, your deck list doesn't have to be official. It has to show everything, every pertinent information, and I listed all the specifications that I just told you guys. So then he says, well, according to our assistant head judge, it is a match loss. I said, according to your head judge, he's wrong. I mean, your assistant head judge, he's wrong. He says, do you want to appeal to the head judge? I said, yes, I do. And so the head judge comes again and says, what's going on? And I show him, like, he's trying to give me a match loss because my deck list isn't the one they gave out. He says, no, it's not a match lost. I said you're not going to get one, but we do need you to put it on another one. I said, okay, that's fine. I said I have no problem rewriting this, but I think your people needs to research their actual policies and procedures, because it's not right for you to just try to pick on one person throughout the whole tournament, and the tournament hasn't even started yet. Not to mention they let everybody in the building like after 9:15, 9:20. The tournament's supposed to start at 10 o'clock, and so at that point in time they were making announcements. If you weren't in the line at 10 o'clock, you were late entrant. But if you would have let everybody in the building at 8, 8:15, 8:20, 8:30, something like that, you could have had everyone already registered, got everything squared away, and your judges wouldn't have missed a whole bunch of cards that are not legal yet on deck lists. They didn't catch that till about, I think, the 5th round. Just saying. Anyway, so after that was squared away, we basically kept on meeting up with everybody. The first round I won, like the whole car won, was 1-0, and second round I played against tour guide Tingu Plants. Decimated me. I mean, bad hand decimated. Like I had 5 monsters, draw 6, oh, a 6th monster. I run 20 monsters and 23 magic traps. How is this possible, right? So that happened. Round 3, another tour guide Tingu Plant. Thank you, Show Enough 87. Thank you for telling your friend to play that and happened to me to play against him. Anyway, so after that, so I was, oh crap, I lost 2. I cannot lose another one. So at that point in time, you know, my exhaustion is really setting in, and another bad hand. Bad hand. I think I went to game 3 with him though, but bad hand got me on the 3rd game. It was like, yeah, there is no way I can make this work. So eventually, like he pretty much, I think, like OTK'd me, if I'm not mistaken. Like he OTK'd me, and it was so fast that I said, okay, I'm tired. Good game. I ran outside. I went to my car. I set my alarm and went to sleep. Now I set my alarm for, I think it was like 26 minutes, because that's what it had left on the clock. And so I woke up, and it wasn't until about 15 minutes later, after I got up, went back inside there, got pizza, got something to drink, that they actually started the next round. So we'll just say that the tournament wasn't exactly going as smooth as it should have been. But you know, it's to be expected when between states, you know, 2 states away. But I'd have to say that all in all, my overall perception of the tournament as a whole, from the tournament organizer side, if you have that many people who is involved in a registration, your registration should go flawlessly, not as slow as they did it. There should be one person collecting money, you know, getting your slip, registering in the computer, then going on to, you know, I guess they were doing the deck checks before. I bravo to you, bravo. You did something that I've already been trying to implement in Lafayette, doing deck checks before the round, so that way there's no game losses because of that. It adds more work, and it makes your floor judges have to be off the floor, and like I said, more work. So they did that, which is awesome. Now, the judges, the head judge, no quarrels. You got my support. If you have a YouTube channel, I hope you see this. I want to give you a major shout out. Give me your name. I forgot his name. I want to say it was Josh something. I know I judged with him, I think either in Dallas or Orlando, but I remember his face, and he's a really good judge. The assistant head judge, study some more. Now, I've played against a whole bunch of people, obviously, in the tournament, because even after I lost that 3rd and 4th round, I won like every other round after that, but I just gave the win to all my opponents, because at that point in time, I knew I wasn't going to make top 24. I knew I was out of it. So then there was no point in me trying to play it out and try to get up there and make like 28th I didn't want to do that, so I just gave everybody else the win. Even though my record says 1-7, I really was 5-3. But anyway, continuing from that, there are a few floor judges that would answer judge calls around me, and they gave the wrong ruling. There was a lot of them, and I really wanted to tell that, the person who got ruled against, even though they were right, appeal. You need to appeal. But I didn't want to do that because I didn't want to overstep my boundaries, and I'm out of state. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm out of state. Walk away. That's it. So I met a whole bunch of different people, and I've met some people who are really, really fun to play against. Some really nice people. There was this one guy, I forget who was his name, Keith Cole, if I'm not mistaken. His books had got stolen, so I hope you actually found that. Although I'm pretty sure you didn't, but I hope you can get that back. If you do watch this video, I can help you with your deck list. 87 sure enough. I appreciate what you tried to do for me. I really do. You my boy. Good looking out. But those people out there don't like me for some reason. They don't even know me. Anyway, getting back, like the OP side was judges for the most part were awesome. The oh, one more thing I had about the OP. The tournament organizer somehow their printer stopped working, so they had to call out the pairings vocally. And I want to say this was either 5th round or 6th round. Boy, I'm leaning like 5th round. Well, he calls out my name and my opponent, and then he calls out the next person behind me, whatever. I'm like table 50 something, I don't know. But I'm playing this guy, he's playing Infernities, and we're still in the same game. It's been like 10-15 minutes in one game. And then we finally get our match slips because they got another printer. And turns out, I said, yeah, that's me. Is it? I asked the guy, what's your name again? He says it's Dale or something like that. It was like completely not the name on the match slip. And I said, well then who's Caesar? The guy next to me says, I'm Caesar. Oh, I'm supposed to be playing against you. And then the next person at me looks at their slip. Oh, what's your name again? Dale? Oh, you're supposed to be playing me. So then we have a conflict because for the past 15 minutes we're playing the wrong people. And the judges were telling us, well, it is the player's responsibility to make sure that they're playing against the right person. Yeah, the pairings are called out vocally. We heard each other's names. We're sitting across from each other. It is your tournament organizer, the one who I had a problem with, who had a problem with me actually, rather, called out these names, but what he was doing was he was standing up and leaning down. So therefore his eyes got crossed, called the wrong names in an X form. So then we had to get time extensions because of that. So if that ever happens to you guys, yeah, make sure that you know how to, I would say combat, but that's not a good word, to prevent that or combat against that, because you don't want to say have someone say that it's your fault for not playing the right person. Now there's chances where you do see the wrong person, and the wrong person, or maybe there was like the wrong pairing and they didn't take it down or whatnot. But all in all, I had a good time. Team Boot Scoop, we really represented. Granted, I didn't get into any top spots. Congratulations to Robbie Ingram for being in the top 4. All in all, it was great. We had some Holy Cheetos, freestyle, cypher, battle rapping, on the way over there. So it was really, really cool, and I hope to play in more tournaments and not just judging all of them. Eventually get an invite, but if not, screw it. I'm just gonna go LCQ every time, even though I never will get it. All right, so this has been my rant of the Tuscaloosa regionals. Hope to post more on the Team Boot Scoop. Next person to post probably will not be me. So yeah, you guys take it easy. Tbert325, and I'm out.